5 years from now, you're going to be sitting somewhere. Same chair, same scroll, same restless feeling in your chest that you've been calling stress or tiredness or just a rough season. And you're going to realize something. You always knew what you were supposed to do, and you didn't do it. Not because you couldn't, because you waited. Here's the truth. Most men never hear said out loud. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's not some mystical switch that flips when you're finally ready, when the timing clicks, when the stars line up and the universe gives you a green light. It's a decision made in the dark, in the quiet, before anyone's watching, before anyone's clapping. And either you make it or 5 years becomes 10 and 10 becomes a life you explain away at dinner like it was someone else's fault. This video is about 3 things. Why you're not doing the thing you know you need to do. What's actually in the way. And it's not what you think. And the specific shift that moves men from circling to building. Stay with me. Let's start with the real thing. You've got the idea, you've had it for months, maybe years. You can see it. The business, the project, the conversation you need to have. The version of yourself that's just slightly out of reach. You've researched it at midnight, you've mapped it out on the notes app you never open in front of anyone. You've rehearsed what you'd say if someone asked why you haven't started yet. And still, nothing moves. Here's what most people diagnose that as. Laziness, lack of discipline, fear of failure. Those are the 3 answers everybody reaches for because they sound honest. They're not. Watch what actually happens when you get close to starting. The browser tabs multiply. The I just need to learn one more thing kicks in. The timing isn't quite right. Narrative starts running on loop. Your brain manufactures friction out of thin air. And it does it fast, and it does it quietly, and it does it in ways that feel completely reasonable. That's not laziness. That's protection. Your nervous system is doing exactly what it was built to do, keeping you away from the unknown, because the unknown means exposure. And exposure means you could be seen trying. And if you're seen trying, you could be seen failing. And failure for a lot of men doesn't register as information. It lands like verdict. Here's the line I need you to sit with. You're not scared of failure. You're scared it might actually work. And then you'd have to become someone you haven't proven you can be yet. That's the lie underneath the lie. It's not what if I fall short, it's what if I build the thing and it works and I still feel like I'm faking it. What if I do everything right and the problem turns out to have been me all along? That's the real terror, not the crash. The success, and it keeps men frozen for decades. So let's talk about what courage actually looks like, because it doesn't look like what they sell you. It doesn't look like some guy on a cliff with his jaw set, wind in his face, making a speech that everybody remembers. It doesn't sound like a speech at all. It sounds like this, the click of a send button before you feel ready. It looks like opening the document you've been avoiding for 3 weeks. It sounds like saying I'm working on something out loud to someone whose opinion you actually care about before you know if it's any good. That's it. Embarrassingly small. Quietly enormous. There's one metaphor I want you to carry through this whole video. Courage is like a muscle that's never been loaded. You've got it. You were born with it, but a muscle that's never been put under real weight, that's never been stressed, tested, pushed past comfortable, has no idea what it can hold. It looks like a muscle, it's shaped like one, but it hasn't been proved. And an unproved muscle doesn't trust itself when the moment actually comes. The only way to know what it can hold is to put something real on it. Not a comfortable weight, not the warm-up set. The thing that makes your hands shake a little before you begin. Here's the future projection. Stay in it for a second. Don't skip past this part. 5 years from now, nothing changes. You're still circling the same idea. Still researching. Still almost ready. The people who started the same week you were thinking about starting, they've got momentum. They've got reps, they've made mistakes you haven't made yet and learned things you still don't know. You've got notes, you've got plans, you've got a very thorough understanding of why the timing wasn't right. How does that feel in your chest right now? Now flip it. 5 years from now, you started messy, imperfect. 3 months in, it almost collapsed. You kept going anyway, you iterated. You got better in ways you couldn't have predicted from where you're sitting now. You're not famous, you're not finished, but you're someone who did the thing. And that changes everything. How you walk into a room, how you talk to your kids, how you look at yourself without flinching. Which version do you want to explain yourself to? Now here's where most content goes soft on you. They say believe in yourself, maybe throw in some strings underneath it, and cut to a motivational outro. I'm not doing that, because it's incomplete, and you know it's incomplete. Belief doesn't come first. Action does. You don't build confidence and then act courageous. You act imperfectly, awkwardly, probably too early, and confidence comes as a byproduct. That's not a semantic difference, that's everything. It means you don't need to wait until you feel ready. Ready is a feeling that follows doing. It has never once preceded it. The men who do great things are not the men who had fewer doubts. They're the men who acted with the doubt still running in the background. Doubt as static, doubt as weather, not as a stop sign. And here's the part no one talks about. Courage is contagious, but only when it's visible. When you start doing the thing, you give other people permission to start doing their thing. Not through a speech, not through a post, through the raw, quiet act of being seen trying. There are people in your orbit right now, your kids, a friend, someone watching from further away than you'd expect, who are waiting to see if someone like them can do it. Someone with the same doubts, the same background, the same odds. You might not know who they are, but they're watching, and what you do with this season of your life is going to matter to someone you haven't thought about yet. That's weight, real weight. Carry it like it is. I want to come back to the muscle one more time because this is where it lands. Every time you pulled back from the moment that required courage, every conversation you didn't have, every move you didn't make, every version of something you didn't ship because it wasn't quite ready, that muscle got a little more uncertain of itself. Not weaker, just untested. Unproved under real load. And an unproved muscle, when the moment comes, hesitates, not because it can't, because it doesn't know yet that it can. The way out is through. It has always been through. Not in some dramatic, burn-it-all-down way, in a quiet, daily, one rep at a time way. Today you do the small version, the embarrassing first draft, the send before you're sure. You put weight on the muscle and you watch what holds, and tomorrow you load it a little more. That's how great things get built. Not in a moment, in 100 small private decisions that nobody sees except you. If you've got faith, if you believe, like I do, that you were made with intention and placed here on purpose, then sit in this for just a second. You were not given the desire for something great just to watch other people pursue it, while you explain away why it wasn't for you. That desire is not decoration. It's not a cruel joke. It's direction. The restlessness you feel in your chest at 2 a.m. when you can't sleep isn't a malfunction. It isn't anxiety looking for a label. It's a compass that hasn't been followed yet. And the question at the end of all of it isn't, did you succeed? It's, did you show up? Did you put the weight on the muscle? Did you take the thing you were given and do something real with it? That's the only accounting that matters. So here's where we land. You have the idea. You have the ability. What's been missing isn't information. You have enough. It's not resources. You can start with less than you think. It's not even confidence. What's been missing is the decision. And a decision isn't a feeling. It isn't a mood you wait for. It's a line you draw in the ground, quietly, before anyone else is watching. It's the moment you stop performing readiness and start choosing it. Make it now, not when the timing is better, not when you feel ready now, while the doubt is still running, while your hands are a little shaky, while you're still not totally sure. Now is exactly when it counts. Because that's what courage is. Not the absence of the fear. The decision, inside it. You have more in you than you've proved yet. Go prove it. Drop one word in the comments, just one that describes what's been keeping you from the thing you know you need to do. I read them, every one. And if you want to go deeper, the frameworks, the conversations, the work we don't put on YouTube, there's a room for that below. Come in when you're ready and always do great things.